how did you go through the process of vetting and getting to that answer of like, yeah, I mean, this test is driving more people to the checkout, but it's decreasing in revenue. And this other test is doing both at the same time, but not increasing revenue. So it's more purchases and revenue. So average deal size is lower. Can you walk me through that process? Like what goes through your mind when you're analyzing this?
Yeah. So one, I'll go back to say is your North Star metric. Your optimization program is optimizing towards one thing. And you'll hear people say all the time, but we have many different, KPIs. Yes, you do. And yes, we can optimize those, but you have one metric. You're optimizing towards one metric. You can optimize towards newsletter signups, but you always check against that North Star metric. So that's the first thing that you do is decide what you're optimizing towards. And that is your final metric. You can measure other things, but you're checking against that metric. The second thing is, this is a sign of an immature program, but people will do post-test analysis and they'll try to fit the narrative. They'll get a result and then they'll say, but what about this? Look at this segment. And they're trying to find a win. So to stop that, before a test even runs, you define what the success metric is, what you're optimizing towards, and you define that, and then you design a test. And this is another fall down point for many organizations. You design a hypothesis and you design a test experiment that really answers that question. A lot of times they will design tests that they have a hypothesis, but then when you look at the test design, you're like, that's not answering the question. That's answering something completely different. So those are fall down points where people can start misusing the data or misinterpreting the data. So have your North Star metric, know what your success metric looks like, design a hypothesis that really speaks to that, and then design a good test that answers that hypothesis, and then finally be willing to abide by the results because you designed it up front the correct way. You feel confident that you can abide by the results, and then you iterate from there. What I don't like to see is the post-test analysis where people are like, yeah, but what if we look at it this way? What if we look at it now? What you're trying to do is you're trying to find a way to make it a winner or to make it fit a certain narrative. And that's not what testing is about.